part of this news conference this morning. 5.5 years ago, my wife and I were both diagnosed with cancer 3 months apart from each other. My wife had stage 1 breast cancer that she was diagnosed in September. I was diagnosed 2 weeks before Thanksgiving with the early stages of colon cancer. The type of tumor that my wife had, what was called a negative XXX tumor that does not respond well to treatment. And unfortunately, in September of 2007, nearly a year to the date of the original diagnosis, she was re-diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. Cancer that had invaded the lungs, the liver, the spine, and the bone marrow. And I lost my wife October 18th, 2007, to a very courageous battle for cancer. The night that she passed away, my wife's last action on this earth, having been in a coma for 3 days, was to squeeze my hand and raise her arm off the bed to say goodbye. And at that moment, I made a solemn vow to her that I would do anything, within my power, with whatever left I had in my life, to fight for equality and fairness in medical insurance, an end of pre-existing conditions. And I work with a lady as a volunteer whose son fell into that void back in I believe it was 1991. In the 1 month that they didn't have insurance, he was diagnosed with leukemia, and the insurance wouldn't pay a blood red cent, and they ended up losing their house. So I fight for the end of pre-existing conditions, the end of term limits. I work for a medical plan that affords insurance for everybody, without restriction, without huge copays. I believe firmly in the end of term limits. And I firmly believe that, although not perfect, the Affordable Care Act is a major, major step in the right direction. And I pray to God every night that we keep this and we work with it and we make it better, so that people like my daughter Dolores and my girlfriend Judy don't have to worry about medical coverage, that they can get preventative care and preventative screening for cancer such as breast cancer and cervical cancer, that they don't have to worry about losing their lives to this insidious killer that destroys families and destroys our lives. I want to thank you again very much for having me here today. May God bless every one of you. Thank you.